Hey friends, in light of Holy Week, I thought it'd be good if we just did a devotional each day leading up to the death of Jesus. Holy Week commemorating the final week of Jesus' life, and it got kicked off yesterday. It started yesterday with Palm Sunday as he entered into Jerusalem that final time. And where we find ourselves today, this is a day that Jesus was anointed by Mary at Bethany. You can find this story in a few places, but I'm looking at Matthew 26, 6 through 13, and I won't read the story. You should go back and read it yourself, but I'll point out a few things. Basically, what happens is Mary comes to Jesus and pours out this very, very expensive perfume. Many commentators believe it was about a year's wage, and this extravagant act of worship. And the first to respond to this were the disciples, and they were indignant, it says. They were like, this money could have been used for the poor, but Jesus rebukes them and says, no, what she has done is a beautiful thing. Pouring out this expensive perfume, this value of a year's wage, just pouring that out at my feet, what she's done is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And, you can relate to the disciples' reaction, whether they are truly concerned for the poor or not, or maybe they're just blown away that they've never seen anything like this before. I don't know. But whatever the reason, to give this money to the poor would have been a good thing. It was been a reasonable thing to do. But Jesus highlights the priority of what Mary did. Now, this has happened in her life before. As you know, Martha, her sister Martha, there's this time where she's busy doing many things and she's taking care of everything, and she has her life under control, and she's this get it done person. And Martha gets indignant because Mary's spending all of her time at the feet of Jesus. And then and now in this story, what Jesus is trying to communicate and commending what Mary chooses to do is that, yes, we need to get things done. Yes, absolutely, we need to take care of the poor. But there is a firstness in our worship of Jesus. That what Jesus isn't looking for is a requirement from us, but a relationship with us. That we don't first do things for God, but we first be with God. And the second thing that I think we can pick from the story is there's no amount of sacrifice that we can make. There's no amount of worship that is too much. Just to pour out a year's wage, to lay it all out for Him. There's no limit to what we can do. And that's what the story is telling us. And so whatever we have to do to get at the feet of Jesus, whatever time that we have to set aside, whatever we have to do at our schedule, whatever opportunity we have to give up in order to be with Jesus, in order to worship Him, we must do it. And then Jesus says something quite fascinating at the very end of this. He says this story will be told anytime the gospel is preached. Because one of the things that he said of what she did, by the way, too, is that she was anointing him as a preparation for his burial. And what he's doing here, he's pointing to the fact that of what he's going to give up for us. So we look at this story and look at what Mary gave up for Jesus, but he wants us to not lose sight of what he would give up for us. Mary spilled out some perfume. Jesus spilled out his blood. And that's what we need to see. We don't need to focus on what Mary gave up or what we give up, but what we need to do is we need to focus on the fact of what Jesus gave up for us. There's no amount that we can give up to be with Him, because there was no amount that He withheld so that we could be with Him. He gave His life so that we could be in relationship with Jesus. Now, He doesn't hold that over our head. We shouldn't feel condemned by that. We shouldn't be like, oh man, He gave up all this for me. I need to give up something for Him. That's not it at all. In fact, when you spend time with Him, here's what He's going to tell you. He's going to tell you how much He loves you. That's what He wants to do. He wants to spend time with you because He wants you to know how much He loves you. So here's the big takeaway from today. Don't worry about what you give up in order to be with Jesus, because what you're going to find out is you're going to have an increasing revelation of what He gave up to be with you. Love you guys.